This is Christian from RxMuscle.com. We're here at Powerhouse Novi with NPC Physique competitors Jacob Chapman and Bobby Jones. Guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, Christian?
Awesome. Jacob, let's start out with you. You're actually getting ready for a contest in 3 weeks, and then we'll segue to Bobby, who's getting ready for a contest in
7 weeks.
All right, Jacob, take it away. What show are you doing? What are you doing to prepare for it? And talk to us about this being your first physique show.
You know, I'm doing the John Simmons, Jennifer Peckham show, April 26th, Physique. I did bodybuilding before, had an injury, tore my hamstring, but I'm going off into Physique now. It's something more for me. You know, I'm doing low carb, 70 carbs a day for the last 4 weeks. It's really taxation on my body, but, you know, got to do what you got to do to get it done. Got to come in the best I can, you know, look the best, and just, you know, get out there and tear everything up, look great on stage, perform to my fullest potential. How
does physique, you know, differ from bodybuilding in terms of, you know, the training and the posing?
You know, the way I train is still the same as bodybuilding. I'm not going for the biggest I can. I'm going for the most symmetrical, the best, you know, tight abs, good upper body, still great legs, training them hard, harder than most people would think a physique person would train them. But, you know, I still train the same way, I diet the same way. I want to come as lean as I can, as strong as I can, keep all my points, you know, to the top, the best quality I can. Just come in the greatest I can possibly.
Awesome. And Bobby, now you've actually, it seems like you have more experience with physique. Talk to us about the contests that you've done and the contests you're getting ready for.
Alright, well, I've actually never done bodybuilding, so my first show ever was the Peckham Simmons, which Jake's doing this year. I took first last year, it was the first show ever. I had actually followed that up with a photo shoot with Louis Raphael in South Beach, Miami, which was a pretty cool experience. So came back home, wasn't sure if I was even going to be ready for this competition, but decided I was going to end up doing it, and took first, went up against Roger Bowman, who ended up taking overall and now has his pro card, so I really, you know, look up to him. He's a good, kind-hearted guy. Second show I did was the Powerhouse Classic. Kind of went into it just to do it with some friends. Everyone backed out. I'm not someone that's going to back out, so I decided to follow through with it. Wasn't my best show, ended up placing about 10th out of 17 people, but learned a lot. It was a pro show, got to meet a lot of pros, see the IFBB pros, see what it really takes to be the best. The sport's still new as of last year. It's, you know, starting to take off this year. So the third show I did was, now being nationally qualified from the Peckham Simmons, I took on the national championships down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Didn't know what to expect, didn't really have the best posing, haven't had a coach, nutritionist, no help, besides, you know, my close friends in the gym, and ended up placing, you know, top 20 out of 63 in Class D, which was phenomenal. You know, I got my name out there, some people have seen my face, they really know, you know, I'm here for the business.
Awesome. Now, do you guys normally train together, or do you train on your own? How does, you guys could each answer separately, but how do you guys normally train?
You know, when it comes to like big muscle groups like legs or back, you know, I always want that person, especially with a low carb diet, to push me through my workouts. But honestly, I like training on my own. I like pushing myself through those last reps, those forced reps, like, you know, that no one's going to be there to help me get it up. I'm just going to push it until, you know, I can't go to the potential that I'm going to fail on my own. It's just this is how I've been training. It's how I've learned to make myself grow the most.
Awesome.
Actually going back on to the Peckham Simmons show 2013, that's actually where me and Jake first met backstage. You know, we got to crack a couple jokes and kind of ease the stress, but so we ended up actually meeting back here at Powerhouse after the competition, got a few lifts in, started to get a good feel for each other as partners. You know, with our scheduling with work, kind of split ways, started training on our own. You know, when I'm kind of off season, I train with anyone. You know, it's fun, learn everything from everyone else. But when, you know, you get to about that 12 weeks out, I really like to train on my own, high reps, really get the blood flowing and get that pump. Like he said, you know, big leg day, back day, heavy chest day. You know, you really need someone there to squeeze a couple more reps out. So whenever we can meet up, we like to, but it's kind of just whoever's going to be there to spot you.
And you know, to add on to that, when you're getting close to that show, you always need that person there, you know, to motivate you, push you through it. And I mean, Bobby's always been there for me if I ever need him, you know, just help me get through those last few weeks. You know, when you're depleted, you're not feeling good, he's there to help. It's just everyone has that person there.
Okay, now on this video, like, we're seeing you do shoulders, so we're seeing you do front raises, side laterals, you're doing presses. Do you guys normally prefer the iron? I mean, do you normally prefer dumbbells, barbells, or do you ever, use machines or cables? I mean, what do you normally do for your large muscle groups?
For the large muscle groups, I prefer the free weight. It's just you have to push it. The cables, it's just a different movement. The free weight just feels more natural. It feels like you build the muscle better. It's harder. You have to push yourself 10 times harder.
Incorporates those stabilizers.
Yep, and then but at the end of when you're done with your core, your shoulders, when you're done with your dumbbell presses, your side raises, your front raises, I always go into some sort of cable, to build those stabilizers. I do rear delts on cables. I do traps. I use some traps with cables after I've done heavy shrugs, and then some. I'll do the machine side raises. It just helps, especially when you can't push through the heavier weight. It just helps with that.
With me, I like to really explore into the different types of training. So when people always ask me, what kind of training do you do? I pretty much just tell them, you really have to get out there on the floor with me and see. I do different things that you've never seen. I like to incorporate a lot of progressive calisthenics into stuff too. You got to really be careful, when you're getting into the prep. It's very vulnerable. You can get hurt easily, and you really don't want to end that chance, get first place, which is the best feeling. So, after doing heavy stuff like shoulder press, Arnold press, military press, break it down and start doing, dumbbell flies, incorporate all of your stabilizers. You can bust it into the cables, which will really isolate. You can maneuver around a little better. It's not like the awkward dumbbell hanging behind you. You can do your rear delts easier. I like full body exercises is just pull-ups, and incorporate your whole entire upper body just to finish off a real good burnout.
Okay, so one thing that gets tossed around a lot with physique is leg training. The board shorts tend to cover, your quads, your hams, your glutes, but it seems a lot of physique guys still hit legs just as hard as any other muscle group. How do you guys approach legs?
I approach legs, heavy squats, ATG, ass to the grass, all the way down. Don't go so far past parallel that, you're going to hurt yourself, but load up the weight, get at least, 8 to 10 reps. You start prepping, do 10 or 12 to 20 reps. Heavy weight still. I was doing over 405 to 500 for probably up until about 5 weeks out when I really started cutting the carbs out. And then, leg press, heavy, lunges for reps, heavy, at least 145 on each side. That's just, you gotta go heavy to get those big legs and plus the reps.
Over the past year, I've really actually learned a lot. I used to be that guy that would just kind of mess around, throw 500 pounds on it, see if I can even stand there, do like a quarter squat and laugh about it, walk away, have fun with friends. But this last year really got serious about the competing, started digging deep, learning more about training and how things are done, like Jake said with the AGT. It's all about getting really low, incorporating the glutes, really stretch out all the fibers and get a good rip on them. But once you start to get up to the higher weight, 315, you got to really focus on not hurting yourself, so it's parallel. And go ahead.
Yep. And no, that was good. I really, that's very insightful. The other thing I wanted to ask you about, as we kind of wrap up the interview, I want to just touch up on, guys that are competing for the first time. Maybe Bobby, you can start out this time. Just talk to us about what's the mindset like on stage. Is it a very friendly atmosphere, or are you just kind of have tunnel vision there and you just don't talk to anybody? You just want to get on and off stage. What's it like for you? And maybe Jacob can actually get some of this, being that this is his first. Not his first?
Not my first. I did bodybuilding.
No, you did bodybuilding,
physique, yeah.
But this is your first physique. So maybe you can explain what that's like.
Well, this will be my fourth show going into men's physique. I would, as everyone says, go on stages. It's just a big beach party, but you don't talk to anyone. The first show for me is actually the easiest. You didn't know what to expect. You are a little nervous, but you're excited. You're ready to get on stage. You don't care what anyone else looks like. Sometimes you do, but in my, opinion, I just went backstage and I was like, I'm here to have fun. I really don't care if I win.
And that's really what I was trying to ask, because in bodybuilding there seems to be a certain camaraderie. Like there's like more of a brotherhood, but with physique, like you said, it's a lot of people think it's like this, beach party, like these real sort of beach model type, real arrogant type.
Exactly.
And I've noticed that, it's really not like that, but I've never really competed in physique, so I don't know.
Yeah, there are a few guys that are going to stick out backstage, if anything, stay away from them so you can stay in the right mindset. But most of all, most guys back there, they're going to be nice. They're all there to, help out, tell you their journey so far, how they got to where they are, and really learn from everyone. You can learn a lot just backstage and incorporate it.
And the last thing I want to ask you guys as we just wrap up, talk to us about working here at Powerhouse Novi. What's it like? What kind of a gym is this? Would you recommend this to people watching this video? Because as you may know, Michigan is number 4 in the country for NPC competition. So This is a very popular state for competitors.
And
So talk
rising.
to us about your gym.
You know, the gym is great. The atmosphere is great. It's huge here in Novi. It's 60,000 square feet. All of our trainers, all of our members, employees, they're great people. I mean, everyone's in here to work hard, better themselves. You know, we have a lot of competitors that come throughout here. Some of them nationally qualified. We have some pros in here. John Simmons comes in. He trains in here. And then he trains people out of here. He trains people out of Highland Park, which is the original Powerhouse. Also a very good gym, old school, if you like that stuff.
That's
which
Ron
I know.
Love's Powerhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Love also trains there. You know, a couple pros that we have throughout here. It's just a great atmosphere. You want to come in, lift heavy weight, get big. It's just a place to do it.
For sure.
On the aspect of just working here, I mean, we both work check-in desks, so I mean, we see every single member here every day, and I mean, it's a great experience to really see the progress these members are making, and then they see us on the floor. I mean, we're not wearing the typical just shirt up front, they really get to see our hard work and dedication as well. It's kind of exchanging it back and forth every day. They come in, you build relationships, and really you just have a great mass group of friends in the gym.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We have Jacob Chapman. We got Bobby Jones. You're both getting ready. And it was a privilege to shoot with you guys, talk to you guys, see your posing. I think you're both going to be just outstanding in 2014. So again, thank you very much. I'm Christian Duke for RxMuscle.com.